Yeah, folks, Quilly here with another episode of Let's Play Terra Invicta. We are Project Exodus, and we're going to start things off with a bang. Hopefully, a bang of a whole lot of alien spaceships going kablooey. This is a invasion force. You can see an army carrier here, and they are not running. 1.6k versus 921 combat strength. I really expected them to try to GG out of there. They have plenty of Delta V and plenty of combat acceleration, but apparently they're being baited into something over here. So we have our flagship laser battlecruiser, so that's nice. Let's start that. There's only one little ship, so honestly, I don't even think that would be required. Do we want to go? No, I think the high wall is fine. I think that's the squarest we're going to arrange. Standard operating procedures, start off at maximum speed, and go. So our siege coilers, are just going to shoot at whatever. Well, they're going to start shooting at this, the Cold Grave, which is the battleship. And yeah, hopefully our laser pew-pew will go and shoot this gunship over there. I could even set the gunship as a primary target for our laser battleship specifically. And again, we might have more than one. That's the only one named after the class. I don't remember. Oh, and I did invert the order. I had Siege Pegasus and then Poseidon this. Actually, did I even name these right? I don't know. Whatever. More pew-pew. Oh, some lasers going there. That's almost certainly from our battleship, using its big laser to shoot that, because everything else will be out of range, and it is poking and doing a little bit of damage, which is great. Everything else, just, yep, keep moving forward. Take out all the big stuff. This Lancer is doing a pretty good job, but ultimately it does fall as well. We might see point defense engage these things, but they're never shooting for this in the first place. And in fact, they're expiring before it reach. You guys are wasting battery power. Speaking of battery power, we're going to have a discussion about that because I did some old Googleification on that in between episodes, I said. Not a lot of time has passed between episodes this time around, I think. Maybe just a couple of Earthican cycles before we got engaged over here. The gunship's still there, but again, if we do the auto-resolve, it'll do it, and this time it'll actually be considerably more accurate than it often is. The auto-resolve finale we know sometimes uses more Delta V than is strictly required, but it's not going to be an issue in this case. Pew pew pew, dun dun dun. I think those army carriers, I think have a lot of exotics on them, which is lovely. Good material, excellent. Wait for the ships to come up, and we'll send them over to Shipyard 2. Did any of our ships even count as damage there? I didn't make note, but I'm not entirely convinced it did. Yeah, I'm not going to go and favorite that. Now, one thing I did decide to do is I went ahead and unobsoleted the technologies that increase or boost production. Because, and I hadn't realized this, but the tier 3 admin buildings require stupid amounts of boost. I think they have a maintenance of like 20 boosts per month or something. So if we want to go and put an admin tower in every single station around Earth, for example, to give us extra control points, that's going to eat a ton of boost. Whether we will or not, I don't know. I'm not convinced that we need infinite amounts of control point, but it actually seemed like a good investment as it turns out to do that. And in fact, I can't remember what the Kazakhstan situation is, but we might want to go and take another crack at that. However, right now we are doing a purge in Spain because it turns out the crackdown was only like a 7% base, but the purge started at something like 40% and then boosted with some influence. Actually turned out pretty strong. So we're just doing some bare bones purging while we're also continuing to work on our PR situation over in Spain to go and pick that up. I think if we take all of Spain,
the people will come to our side.
Let's call that about. No, actually, we won't be over our CP limit. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Henrietta, keep going on your repeat over here. We might do something else with Yoko. Since I didn't need it for a crackdown, I was like, you may as well do PR. Yeah, we'll go ahead and set that as a favorite in case we need to raise some funds very quickly by selling some resources. Although, I think we mostly want our minerals for what they are. Regime change. Let's take a look at the tech situation over here. So I did finish the supercapacitor, so-called battery, but it is really a capacitor. And then we're going to work on the lithium spray radiator, and then I think we're going to go into our ship design phase. But you can see the bootstrap spaceflight program is there. This is the one that gives us 50%, which is nice. And other than that, oh, yes, we are now starting to work on the fleet logistics tech. So those are the two that are being prioritized. One is for the ship now, and two is for our big guns that we need. We still need the Titanic tech. Work on the European Union. Federation is still just the United States right now, but Spain and Portugal hopefully soon. We did actually, and I'm a little confused about this, even though we weren't spending any priority on build army, we did get ourselves a new army. I think it was post-unification, but it's weird that it showed up in Milan. I unified with Poland, but it spawned an army in Milan. I don't know if those two were related or not, but that's what it felt like. And anyway, I think I'm gonna go ahead and tear that down. So I'm gonna unify here, and I'm gonna tell, well, it might not be Commander Grant, he might have something to burnate, but we'll reevaluate, because I'm gonna want to disband that army, because I don't think we need that many, and it's costing us a little. I don't know what the mechanics are. Oh, I did want to acknowledge, people pointed out, there is, oh, and I can't remember, it was just pointed out to me that there is a page to go to for a full financial breakdown of our situation, of our expenses, and I don't know where it is, actually. Hang on, I had it, and then I've forgotten where it was. Yeah, it's not going to be there, it's not going to be there. Oh, yeah, okay. Council has the monthly ledger. To me, like, maybe Intel, maybe even, like, as part of the report screen, but there you go, monthly ledger over here, so we can get a much better breakdown of, hey, where's all of our money going? What are our metal expenses? A bunch of the stations are doing it, because I think these are stations with, what do you call them? Nano factories, or that line of things. I tend to refer to them as nano factories, but they have different names at every level. The second and third level, like second level of nano factory, third level might also have nano in the name. I can't recall. And you know, maybe we don't want that, especially if we can get some extra cash going on. Which reminds me, we do in Earthican orbit, and this is another thing that can consume some amount of boost. Earth, I have hotel hospitals for money making. I don't think we have a level 3. Oh, did I upgrade them to level 2? Okay, they are tier 2 hospitals. And yeah, they do some boost over here. Not that much, and some water and some volatiles as well. But yeah, if we wanted more cash, and I suppose it wouldn't hurt, I think I will go and build a few more of those. We don't have much in the way of power to spare. A couple of battle stations is probably fine enough. Hopefully no one goes and boops this. What I should do is probably do the fusion one. Do I have... Oh, I do have the level 3 fusion now. So let's throw one of those in there for 500 power. The construction time is going to be longer than the hotel, so we might have a little... Well, I guess we're doing hospital. Oh, no, is this space hotels? I can't remember... We may not have gone on the space hospital branch, and they have slightly different balance of like money versus boost in some weird way that I can't recall. But yeah, let's go ahead and fill that way. Get a little bit of extra funding, because certainly I'm not going to want to build more nano factories, I think, because the metal importance is going up. And again, right now I'm banking metal for our next tier of ships. Lithium spray in October the 7th. All right, so a little over a month from now. Bootstrap Spacelight Programs is up, and then I'm just going to keep grabbing these really cheap boosters. Sort of in order of cheapness, mostly. I went ahead, skipped ahead with the one we just finished, because it was 50% boost for like 1,200 instead of 1,000. All right, we got our control point in Spain, and we're going to want to do... How's your government? It's great. This could be a little closer to 5, but it's not going to matter too much. So I don't need the exo fighters. We'll just do this. Focus on a little bit of boost, a little bit of economy, and then we're going to yoink you into the U as soon as possible. Okay, so this is our laser BC. So if we go and take a look at series, I think that was the last ship that was being built in the queue here, and I think the idea is still we're going to rendezvous with Earth Death. These are both going to be things that send towards Jupiter, and hopefully don't get intercepted this time. They might need a little bit more muscles in there, because it combined, and that assuming they even combine, which they may not. I'm not sure that they'd aggro the series BCs. I think they only tend to go and intercept the ones with the colony modules. So we might be able to send this into Jupiter orbit first. We know that, well, depending, when we checked, the transit time from Ceres to Jupiter was longer than Earth to Jupiter, but that just depends on their relative position from one another. So for all I know, by the time we get around to launching it, it's going to be inverted. But what we could do is we could go and launch the Ceres stuff to Jupiter first, which I don't think will trigger an intercept. And then when it gets there, well, I don't even know if we have to wait for it to get there. I'm not sure how the rendezvous calculations work, but our Earth fleet could go specifically target a rendezvous with Ceres BCs to merge them together. Because last time I did get to Jupiter first. I don't think I showed that. I did get to Jupiter and poop out a station first, but then the alien intercept still happened, and then after killing my fleet, they did go and kill the base anyway, which was very frustrating. And yeah, I don't want to throw away anything else because our material is getting a little bit precious. So out of Ceres, I might go and build our Lancers there. Or maybe just to be safe, I should build it around Earth and just make sure that it's in this squad here with the colony ship in the first place. So we'll see. Is there anything around Earth to boop? I mean, we just booped the assault group, but no, I don't see an alien fleet here. I think there might be some still on the way, though. So we're unpausing. We'll do more PR. So Henrietta is still in Spain. And I did just go before the episode started. I went through and spent everyone's XP. So there shouldn't be any level ups here. Some people had a couple level ups. And I also spent some money. I think I started this session with something like, I don't know, like 45, 46 grand. And I spent it on some more cybernetics. I don't want to dip too low. Just make sure we've got a comfortable buffer in case all of a sudden we find ourselves losing money. Not control nation. We are going to purge. You are going to go straight for the executive, and we do get a boost because we've got the legislature.
Targeting the opposition.
And yeah, is there anything to burninate?
Where do you need me?
There's nothing to burninate. Oh, okay, then just Grant, you can go ahead and keep doing that. That's fine.
Orders.
And if I were to automate you, you'll protect the 1 point in Spain, which I wonder how worried I am about that. That might be worthwhile. Okay, there's no one there, but maybe what I'll do is I'll do a ping here, just to see if anyone's hanging around. Plus, someone might move here at this once we lock in our things, and then we'll ping them, and we might not even have vision of them yet. Although with so many people with high intel, I don't know what the passive detection of people are, but I think we'll go and give that a go. Anyway, we're still happy here. This is coming along fairly nicely, and yeah. Oh, October the 5th now on our tech. It's gone up a little bit, our tech rates. And then we'll do some ship design.
Surveilling target area.
Okay, just one ping. Didn't show anything here. And that has been secured. It seems like a good idea. Like, let's lock in the legislature. Yes, we spent some points doing the secure, and we'll be having to do it again for the other ones. But better safe than sorry, maybe. All right, 15% boost. I enjoy saying boost. Directed the launch systems is going to do another 25%. Sure. It's going to split our energy research, but fine. I actually could use some more energy research. Our cap's not there. Although our tech rate is so good, maybe I won't worry about building them, because obviously it would take more resources away from building ships. Let's do one more with Henrietta here. Really push the PR aggressively, just to make sure we're nice and solidly locked in.
Policy direction complete.
So we are going to disarm an army, and it is Division Friuli out of Milan. And then you're good. Grant? We don't need to do more things in the EU right now. Ethiopia getting involved some more. Speaking of EU, someone's hanging out there. PR situation is still good. It's a lot of water and volatiles. Hang on a sec. I was going to check something and I don't remember what. Yeah, you're still very divisive over here. You're on your way up. I know it's got the down arrow. Yeah, because I think it dropped last month, and it's because of the region annexations, which has been adding up a lot, and arguably needs to be slowed down. But yeah, I'm going to keep a big push on Unity, which is going to keep our PR really high in the EU. I could pull back on some of these, like Mission Control, but Mission Control remains super duper important. So I think I'm fine with this split, even though it means nothing's getting a lot. Mostly means there's only very little trickle in some of these categories we don't care as much about. The funding... I'm going to drop the funding. Yeah, let's do this. Okay. Let's take a look at this rock. That is a... We don't really need water too badly right now, although some of the engines do end up using a lot. And it's too far anyway. And I suspect this none is as well. This one does have metals, but it's too far. Okay. Yeah, this is, wow. Okay, a ton of these from our last ping. Some of these are all right. See, a little bit of metal and a few other things like might be worthwhile for some of these, but all right, not happening. Probe arrived in a couple other places. Now that is really good. Oh, right, that's encephalitis. I know that's not what it is, but that's what we keep saying. But we can't reach that either. And yeah, we would have to go and send some of our colony ships to some of these places. And we may. Ooh, breakthrough. Oh, we want this one. They all give the same science. This one gives us more mining output, which is obviously the most important. There's our lithium spray radiator. We're going to grab that. Oh, and directed energy launch systems as well. We might want to grab something that's not energy. I haven't been doing anything with the remass scoop. I don't know if I'm going to prioritize it. Right now, like the amount we can spend on emissions is already pretty high. I'm not going to worry too much about that. Control point management, We don't really do this too much. So there we go. Space Resort. We might want it's really cheap to research. I think I will go and do that. And then, right, we unlocked the Triton Fuser Drive, which I don't think I'm interested in. It doesn't lead to anything. It's actually got pretty decent, like, thrust with the combat thrust. But no, this is not one that we're building. So we'll go and mark that as obsolete. This is the selling resource, but I don't need that now, so I can wait. I wonder if we do need that neutronium spiker. The thing I can do, since some of our tech, like maybe I should just go and get some level 3 techs, and then we can finish out some of these boosts, some of these things. Okay. Oh wait, no, hold on. That's an energy research. I don't want to do an energy research. Here, I don't think we're researching any military tech right now. Well, there's this, but that might be fine. What are we quite good at? We're really good at space science and not doing any. Okay. So let's sort by category. Space Science Institute, which will just boost our space science that much more. Cyborging. Honestly, maybe we just go cyborging. Yeah, I think that's gonna be okay. This will also be really nice if we do have to replace one of our agents. I don't remember if I've got. There's 2 different plus 40 XP ones.
Still in control.
Seriously? That's again got me sus. I don't know. The game giveth and the game taketh away. We did unlock the particle collider. Now the antimatter trap. Oh, sorry, I didn't research it, but they're available because that might still be something that we need for something. I don't know. It's gonna be good to have. We could go and stack some other purges, like our criminal over here. Your espionage is up to a 19. Let's have you jump into here.
Removing our enemies.
Ready to go.
Espionage 15.
Your orders.
Honestly, it's not a great chance. But there we go, coin flip. So we're actually hitting all 3 control points simultaneously. And I think I'm kind of okay with that. Yeah. Okay. Oh, ship design? Ship design. Let's do it before I get distracted again. Ship designer. So we're looking for, again, I think I decided that the Dreadnought was going to be a better balanced ship. And we're looking for Intruder, which is long range, indeed, as a design if we want to mostly use the auto designer, which we're not interested in. And yeah, we're going to use the Poseidon. I think I did have Pegasus drives at some point. Yeah, down over here. I guess some of our ships do use the Pegasus drive, because that was the fast one, not the far one. Yeah, no, I think our BCs might have had the wrong name. I think I was using the same thing incorrectly, but yeah, with the adamantine armor, which is a boost from what we had before, and then power plant wise, okay, so like per gigawatt, they're the same amount of tonnage. A tiny bit more efficiency, which I think has to do with temperature things. The terawatt engine is... no, it's not. It's cheap. Oh, wait, no. It's cheaper in metals. Actually, it's cheaper in everything except for fissibles. And honestly, oh, and these. Like, we don't need a lot of maximum output. It's slightly cheaper in metals, slightly more efficient. I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll throw that in. If I were to compare... Yeah, I mean, the difference is... Oh. Interesting that the noble metals don't change. It seems pretty same. So, we'll go with the terawatt. And then battery-wise, okay. So, doing some research, and the superconducting coil battery, according to most of the things I've seen online, is basically the only thing people use. These things get recharged from your drive, and in fact, the shorter recharge time here might be nice. It's clearly less tonnage, although it doesn't really matter too much. It's got more capacity, which is good. There's no reason for us to use this, but there's also no reason for us to use anything with bigger capacity. As far as I can tell online, the superconducting coil battery basically does everything you'll ever want to fire off your engines. Now, if we compare these two, so we just unlocked the lithium spray radiator, you can see the vulnerability is very low regardless. This tweaks some of the costs, you know, theoretically. I'm going to say that this is effectively the same cost over here, but it's fewer tons, so we may as well use the lithium spray radiator as slightly better. Let's switch over now to the nose weapons. I think I'm still going to go with a magnetic nose weapon. And I'm still going to go with the most damaging siege coiler that can be in there, because this is here to kill big ships. But then in the hull, I think we're going to go very similar to one of the other designs. We do have a fair amount of exotics. Okay, let's see if we want to design based around phasers. So, sorry, that's the nose weapon, isn't it? Hull weapons, lasers, ultraviolet, the biggin. Do I go... I wonder if I do want to cover, like, a huge variety of ranges. I don't know if this is necessary. The smaller ones make for the best sort of fleet-wide point defense. We've got the big one for hitting things at range. The medium one is going to be good for things that engage slightly within the range, but this will still do a good job. Yeah, I think we do this. So we bristle with all these little things for point defense and also to maybe shoot some of the tiny light flankers that come really close. And this is for general anti-flanking things and for killing things that we can't hit with the siege coiler without worrying about facing. I don't think we need any heat sinks. And I'm keeping these both in here right now because, I mean, if I put an elite heat sink, theoretically lighter is better, but maybe we want more capacity. I don't think we need to worry about heat sinks because we're always keeping our radiators deployed. So honestly, I might be able to just obsolete them as a whole. I would love a repair bay. We might go with the salvage bay. We could also throw in the marines. You can be obsoleted, just the elite ones. But the advanced laser engines will be great for us because we're not exclusively lasers. And we could be. But I think I like the coilers. We're not exclusively lasers, but that is the one of the biggest influences over here with the Dreadnought. I don't need magazines. I did put magazines in my earlier siege coiler things, but they have so many shots. We really don't need a magazine for that design, and that was weight that wasn't required. We want ECM. We want the targeting computer. And then we have one slot left. And so I think what we're going to do is we're going to have a standard design that just has twin advanced laser engines on it. In terms of armoring, you know, with like 10, at least 30 up front, probably a little bit more. I think I might still target about 300 KPS Delta V. And then let's say I bring this up a little bit higher. I mean, we know the side armor is very heavy. Strip back a little here. There you go. As 300 plus as sort of a general goal. Okay. I like this. And so I think this is probably more or less the, I don't know, battle doctrine that we're going to be following for the rest of the game. We might end up still doing some Lancers with some more powerful sieges up front. And of course, we might fit in some Titans. And of course, we might still be getting some better tech. But I think this general vibe is what we're looking for. So I don't think I'm going to specify the weapon mix, and in particular, it's a weapon mix, so it's not really specialized in any one thing. I think I'm just going to call this Dread 300k. And I'd like to list the combat accelerator, like these acceleration rates, maybe, just so I can keep it in my head what we're designing around. But I strongly suspect that when we get a new drive that might have more combat acceleration, it's also going to imply a fairly significant difference in our total delta V available. So I think I'll call this Dread 300k because it'll make it a little easier for me to follow. That seems okay. I mean, it could just literally just called just Dread. And of course, then we'll have block 1, block 2, and all those things as we go forward. But I think that's a fine way to do it. So hopefully this is enough armor to soak some pretty heavy long range, mostly laser shots, maybe plasma we're worried about. I'm hoping that we can just shoot down any actual projectiles. And yeah, we are not going to get insta-killed by any kind of flanking maneuver. This feels like a good design to me. Okay, maybe I'd want more Delta V, but I don't know. This will get everywhere. The question is, more Delta V, you could burn for longer, really, so you'd get places faster. But I think this is going to be fine. So, then what I want to do is I want to go here, and I think I want to obsolete, at this point, everything except the dreads. Yeah. Although I suppose we could still do some upgrade rounds on our existing ships. But our existing ships are operating around the 300k Delta V mark as well. So they can go and, I mean, they're the same engines, so they should be very compatible to mix with our Dread class. But I don't think I'm going to be building anything other than the Dreads. I suppose I could do one that didn't use exotics. But that's not, this isn't that exotic heavy. And it would just be, I would just do an upgrade of this and replace the phasers with lasers. And I think that would be allowed. So I'm going to upgrade this design to remove a laser engine and add a flag bridge. Now, we do have salvage bays. Really, after 5 salvage bays, you don't need any more. I could do another Dread variant. It's going to be flag. Is it going to take that name? Okay, good. And it removes the block thing. Oh, invalid refit. Oh! Oh, it's a different class, so it's not allowed. Okay, well, I could just rebuild this. Hang on. Let me take a screenshot of what I'm doing here. Okay. When you do the snipping tool, I don't know if this is a problem that anyone else experiences. Usually, it opens things up in a window. The snipping tool window opens up, and it's great because then I can just look at it. I can make a tweak to it, you know, before posting or something like that. And sometimes it doesn't. It still shows up in my alert bar, but playing a full screen game, I got to minimize the game, which I just did, to open it. Okay, so that I've got that on my other screen, so I'll be able to reference my raw numbers. So, hopefully we're not in upgrade mode anymore. And hopefully it'll keep these names. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to delete and redo this just to make sure it's got this. So we're going to have to do a duplication real quick. Terawatt, battery, radiator, 6 of these. Now we had 78 propellant tanks, but this might get tuned up and down depending on what we need to hit our 300 target. 1, 2, 3 armor. We're going to do the same armor plan, 10, 10, and 35 up front. Boom. Nose weapon is still going to be our Heavy Siege 3. Our hull weapons, lasers, ultraviolet, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. Our utility modules, we are repair bay, salvage bay. 1 advanced laser engine is still fine. ECM, targeting, and then the flag bridge goes in there. Oh, that's for particle weapons and cyclotron. I was thinking cyclotron was for antimatter, but anyway. How's our range? Still 300k thereabouts. So I think that's good. So the Dread 300k. So technically, they're not one and the same, but that's okay. Now, I could also make a variant that is the colony ship, which I bet you I can upgrade from this. If I remove the flag bridge and add the... well, we definitely don't need the fission platform anymore. Theoretically, the solar platform might still be a thing we use. These kits to instantly deploy mines are nowhere near as important, so just going to be about sneaking this in. No, you don't like that either. Just a different class. I swear we used to do this. But perhaps not. I suppose I could still be building the other design of colony ships. Since it's a little less critical, they're also cheaper. They have the same speed. The other thing I could do is I could make something that's actually just a standalone design, or a standalone colony ship. That is, in fact, arguably tiny. If I go and specify outer colony ship, this is going to change its position. Yeah, it's going to deploy behind the main formation. We'll try to avoid combat. Now, it might still get flanked hard, but let's say we make this a lighter, like a cruiser, I think, right? Yeah. This has got lots of utility modules, which I guess might be okay. It was obviously for the colony stuff, but I was thinking, like, make it bristle with the hull weapons, or point defense for things that are trying to wrap around behind us to do a flank. I don't know. I think I might end up just still doing another dread. Like, the idea is it's a fully functional combat ship. It's missing one laser engine. I wonder if the laser engine can be replaced with the colony module. Probably not. Oh, that is a valid one. It's very confusing. So the flag bridge is unique, is very standalone. So this is like the colony variant. And the Delta V, I think it's a little lower because it's this is a little heavier, but it's still at the 300k mark, which is still just what we're targeting. And then yeah, we can I'm not going to change its role because it's effectively a dreadnought just like any of the others. It hits slightly less hard because it's missing a laser engine, but it can deploy one of these. All right, save that, and there we go. Our 3 new classes of ships are all in place and ready to go. And yeah, I think some of the plans I have, I think I will go and deploy them in Earth just so that we can launch as a big group. Do I need a flagship? I don't think so. I think this has got a flagship in it. The laser one, but yeah, we don't need that. Yeah, there's got a flag one in here. Is this the no, that's the acceleration. Delta V. Slightly, yeah, this flag one did dip below 300, but it's fine. It's thereabouts. Like, you don't want a massive mismatch of Delta V in your fleet because it means all the ones with high Delta V is just being wasted. So, as long as it's close, it's fine. So, all we need are some of our beefy baseline dreadnoughts, which are down over here. And I'll build them at Shipyard 2 preferentially. Oh, perfect. It's exactly the amount of Spaceworks we have at Shipyard 2, and that is all the medals that I currently have. Okay. Confirm these assignments. Yeah, it's feeling pretty good. Actually, maybe we do a cut here. Ooh, alien base.
Offering support.
Offering assistance.
But yeah, if we can get our toehold in Jupiter finally, it'd be nice. What was the construction time on these? Okay, 107, so maybe, I don't know what it started at, but 177 days remaining. We're nowhere near our mission control cap.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
Okay, I don't know if we'll need you to repeat. Space Resort is done, which we may or may not end up building, depending on how we feel about our financial situation. Let me go just sort for cost over here. Antimatter trap. You know what? I'll get it just because it will lead to unlocking the next tier of antimatter stuff, which we might not end up using, but it's so dirt cheap to research this bit right now, and it could be annoying if we're stuck waiting for the other project to pop. It's 100%. It will happen. It just won't necessarily happen immediately. Control mine management, focus, yes. Exonic. Yeah, this we put on a station, which hasn't been an issue yet. Oh, damage control drones. Those are actually going to be quite important. New manufacturing complex, so that, again, might hit our metal a little bit while making more money, which may or may not be required, but this is on series, which has got the triple defense as well. Okay. Destructive testing. No, this is just tech and increases debris. I don't care about doing that. We don't need the research points. I mean, I don't know how dangerous space debris is. I think the higher the number, the more likely you get bad events. But the fact that every one of my stations has point defense probably means it's okay. All right, that's purge number 1. We got 2 more. I got a purge going on every one. Purge number 2.
Our people have taken
And purge number 3, even the least likely one. Okay. We had a bad luck roll, and then we had amazing. Let's check our relations. I think we're okay here. Yeah, we don't need to ally with Norway. The fact that we can ally with Norway is all that's going to matter for the purpose of, you know what, screw it. Let's go full alliance. It's costing us really nothing. And if it stabilizes things, I don't know. It makes people less likely to start crap somewhere else. The pinch fusion 1 is done. Let's keep looking at relatively cheap. You know what? I'm going to go and just start picking up all these science labs. Maybe we'll get something destroyed. We'll decide to go to number 3. Okay, everything's cool. You're not detected. Yeah, we got cap left. Do I immediately start? What's our, like, just raw chance against Portugal here? 84%. It's a little less lower economy, so it's much more vulnerable to being targeted here. So that seems okay. And then Yoko, just automate, you'll do protection, which is fine. Henrietta, I'll get you to do a round of public stuff in Portugal.
ready for
and
orders.
then Fei Yun. That's right, I do have Turkey, and you are in the European Union. How are we looking on some of these timers here? 14th of January. Okay, it'll be a while before we can yoink you in. That's okay. And what are you working on here? Oh, hang on. I didn't check my countries. When we went and unlocked the exofighters... I will get you to finish this, Navy, sure. When we unlocked the exofighters, it did go and enable that for everything. Okay, I got you... What else do we have that's not merged? So Norway. Oh, maybe I did you, but... Who's got turned on? You know what? It's fine. That's our default escape priority. Oh, you finished your funding. You did. Sure, that's fine. And then Kazakhstan. Okay, we do control all of you, but a little bit of mismatch. Yeah, still go heavy duty on the boost. And yeah, we're staying on Unity to try to keep this as stable as possible. We could even do a little oppression, just bring down the government a bit more, but no, I think that's fine. And yeah, keep doing boosty things. That's great. Okay, I think that's okay. Confirm assignments.
Securing our control.
We got nothing in space around Earth, like no enemy stuff.
Lending my expertise.
Offering counsel.
I don't know. We'll take a look. We'll also take a look at that. They don't lead to other drives, and I don't think they would, because I think it would tell us there. Most likely, we're just going to go ahead and disable it. I guess I should put a cut in here. We're 38 minutes in. And I'm feeling much more comfortable now than I have in a little bit. I'm gonna let the metals accrue. We'll probably queue up another like series of ships somewhere. I suppose the last thing we want to do is maybe trickle out ships one at a time and maybe make them vulnerable to an attack. We could go... I don't think there's any point in grabbing the countries over here. Honestly, I'm not sure that we need more land in general, but this has been annoying me since the start of the game, so we'll probably do that. Georgia... Fei Yun, your espionage is 19. Oh, we're in between things. I might go and try to pick up Georgia. Just because, you know, there's a little bit of blue over here that doesn't match the rest. And border gore is obviously unacceptable. Yeah, we might not care about grabbing more territory on land. Especially since, if we did want to grab a bunch more, it might be worth making a run at China. What if they start some crap with their nukes? It might be worth making a run at China. I don't know. But that might require that I build more admin towers around Earth when, again, we know that's quite expensive boost-wise. I mean, I could afford 3.5 level 3 admin towers. I think right now, although I'd have to double check, it's possible that on the patch I'm on, that doesn't apply. That is entirely possibly true. This could be what I was just seeing on Reddit, could have been something from like the next update, not this one. I know they're redoing a lot of balance with a lot of nations, so maybe the tier 3s aren't that expensive either. Although we're going to keep Kazakhstan. I think that's fine. Yep. All right. I think we could have merged this into the Eurasian Union first, and then pulled the Eurasian Union into us, and then that might have simplified things. But you know what? It's groovy. It's cool. It's giving us like really good boost investment efficiency, which turns out might still be something that I'm going to look for. I'm not going to build it anywhere else, but maybe it's good there. Although I guess I was doing a little Norway, and honestly, Norway's going to be terrible for it. It's way too far north. Boost efficiency is crap. Yeah, no, let's not do that. Yeah, just generate a little bit of knowledge, and then at some point we're going to go and merge you in, which I think is just a 32-day timer, because you've been in the European Union for a long time. Just the executive point flipped there recently. So yeah, in a month, we'll probably just merge you in. All right, folks, thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.